Dancing. Good evening, my wonderful Native Studies students. This is your more than wonderful Native Studies teacher, Mr. May. On actually it's a Tuesday evening here. I'm just sitting down looking at some assignments and some essays that people have handed in to me. A few comments I want to make. This is the last time you're going to see me or hear from me online, so pay close attention. A couple of things here I'd like to just to quickly review. I asked you to do that assignment, Unit 5, Assignment 3, dealing with Aboriginal healthcare. This has become a very important issue for First Nations people in Canada. The amount of money that Aboriginal Affairs spends on healthcare, that is an issue in itself. Some of the items that or issues that are very important, like diabetes type 2 diabetes, which is in epidemic proportions throughout the Aboriginal community. There are issues of suicide, which is very distressing at any time, but especially in smaller communities where young people are committing suicide in fairly high numbers. It's very difficult and very stressful for the communities. Also, I also put up an article there dealing with solvent abuse. Gas sniffing in the north is a real problem. And just recently there have been a number of studies published, and one that I posted there dealing with HIV, which seems to have spread quite quickly in a number of communities, usually due to intravenous drug use. And that in itself is another health issue that needs to be solved. Okay, then the last assignment looked at Aboriginal women and the contribution that Aboriginal women make towards the community. Women's roles have changed over the years from the traditional role before the coming of Europeans was one of almost equality in the community, and then when the Indian Act arrives, rights are taken away from women, and now women are back taking their important roles in the community, politically, socially, and making the community a better place. One of the issues that I asked you to look at was the difficult question of murdered and missing Aboriginal women in Canada. What should be done about this issue? Should an inquiry take place? Is this just simply a crime which needs to be solved by the RCMP? These are very difficult questions that need to be answered. And then just within days, the release of the Truth and Reconciliation Commission's views on cultural genocide and what needs to be done, and the recommendations of the Commission. We'll all have to wait and see what the government's response will be. Is I think important for all Canadians to look at the issue and read about what the Commission put out and what has gone on. I've asked you to write this essay on residential schools. There was a reason why I did that, and part of it was due to the work that the Truth and Reconciliation Commission was doing. I'm hoping that you took a look at some of those sites that I posted there. They are very important sites. Please pay close attention to this issue. Okay, so that's enough about that. The exam is on June 13th at 9 o'clock in the morning, Evan Hardy Collegiate in the library. Some of you have made other dates with me that you'll come and write the exam. Make sure that you just notify me a day before so that I remember. There's still a few people who have outstanding assignments. I will take them up until June 10th at 6 p.m. After that, you keep them. Okay, the final itself, I've given the instructions or placed the instructions in a pretty simple format, like the other exams we've written. It'll be a little bit longer. I would say 2/3 or over 2/3 of the exam will deal with units 4 and 5. There'll be a number of articles for you to look at and comment on, very similar to the format of the first 2 exams. Okay, I think that's enough for me. So, one more thing. When you come to write the exam, please bring some picture ID. This has become an important issue for us, so bring your driver's license or a wonderful picture that your mom has taken of you. Okay, so as they say, that's enough for me, and we'll see you online.